Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smash Bot Show right here on Smash FM here on Lockdown Monday here in Melbourne. Of course, let's go across to our friends over in Adelaide in particular and of course speak to one of our favourite players playing for the West Adelaide Football Club. And of course, she joins us right now to tell us a bit about their very important win they had on the weekend. They beat Metro United 2-0. On the weekend. Of course, they've got a big one coming up this Friday against NTC to try to stay in touch with the ladder leaders, Adelaide City. And Nicole joins us right now. Thanks, Nicole, for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Good to be on.
No worries. Well, it's been a while since we had you on the show. Tell us, well, how has it been like, I guess, in this really different year it's been so far?
Yeah, it's been pretty interesting. We had a really good start to the season. We only got 2 games in before COVID came along, and we obviously had to stop. I think it's a few months we missed out on, and then we've just kick-started up again and, yeah, getting to the end of the normal round.
Last Friday, you played Metro United. On Friday night. I think it was a tie at half-time. But I would love to know what was said at half-time to all of a sudden turned it all around in the second half and completely dominated that second half.
Yeah, our coach Adrian wasn't too impressed. That's probably the most unimpressed I've seen him all year. So, yeah, we knew as well ourselves that we could have played better, and it just wasn't happening, and they were sort of on top of us in parts of that first half. So yeah, we knew ourselves to come out, and the second half had to be a good one to do what we needed to do.
I guess overall, we're reasonably happy with the second half to hopefully carry on for the rest of the season.
Look, it's still a fair way off from where we should be and we can be. But look, 3 points is 3 points, and we managed to score a couple. So, yeah, we just have to come back to training this week and see how we can go with NTC on Friday.
Now, great segue to my next question. Of course, this week you got NTC, who are sitting in 5th position on the ladder. Of course, they've made a couple of big wins in the last couple of weeks. I guess how are you going to approach this game knowing that, you've got to try and hopefully catch Adelaide City, but obviously you've got to try and stay off Salisbury?
Yeah, so every game is just as important. So it's sort of easy to think, any club or team that's below us is sort of like an easier sort of game perhaps, but it's not really the case. It's just a matter of getting our groove together and getting a good prep in time for finals. And NTC aren't, a pushover team. I think, was it last year? I think we actually lost to them last year. So yeah. I think they beat us 3-0. So it was like, whoa, they're extremely capable, and they're young, but they certainly know what they're doing. So if we give them the time of day, they can definitely, affect us and get a goal or two. So we'll see.
The game that you lost to Adelaide City, I think it was about a couple of weeks ago now. I guess it's been a bit of a fight between yourselves and Salisbury Inter for the 2 and 3 spot. I guess I'm assuming that you are fully aware that they're right behind your tail at the moment.
Yeah, so they've been Salisbury. We've played them twice as well, and we haven't able to get a win over them. So, yeah, certainly tied up the top. I think Adelaide City probably have it in the bag in terms of points to win the minor. But, yeah, second and third, we were sort of jumping each other and then getting dropped back to third. And, yeah, it's definitely tough to, keep on top of it and prepare for them big games when you come against them. But, I have faith in our team that we can beat anyone when we rock up and can play our best football.
Now, I know when I was watching your team's game against Adelaide City a couple of weeks ago in the loss, obviously you had a couple of players went down with injuries in that game. How's the injury front going now, a couple of weeks later?
We had 2 concussions that game, I believe. I think that was Dragana and Abby. So they actually had 2 weeks off after that, and yeah, which is really unfortunate for the team. And it just proves that we've got depth in our squad, that and for other people to come up and show what they've got. But yeah, in terms of injuries, we do actually suffer a little bit from it. Players pulling up pretty sore, or a player will miss a week here and there. But yeah, like I said, the depth gets us through, and it's a chance for the younger girls to have a go.
Now, let's talk a bit about the rest of the team. Tell us a couple of players that we should watch out for the rest of the season, and you can't include yourself.
Okay, that's easy. I'll start with the keeper, Sarah Willisey. I mean, she's pretty well known. She's been fantastic the past few years. She's only seems to get better, and she does save us quite a few times. So it's extremely handy to have her. She's one of the best in the country at the moment. Emily Hodgson as well. She's our right back. She's improved incredibly as well the last 2 years, I'd say. She's just takes people on like it's nothing, and she's got so much fitness and pace behind her that it's quite scary for the people coming up against her, I think. So yes.
Do you have any youth or young players coming through that we should also watch out for?
Yeah, we've got Yasmina, who's just come into the 9 position. I think she's played maybe 4 or 5 games now when Chrissy Hillier had an injury. So she's slotted in nicely. And yeah, it's a tough position to play. I've played there myself, and she's definitely improving week in, week out, and she's putting in the hard work at training, which I'm sure she'll get rewarded. So yeah, Yaz, definitely one to watch for the up and coming. I think, yeah, she's pretty young. So
with Adelaide City pretty much got it in the bag for the minor premiership. All they have to do is get a point, and they pretty much got it. How important is that double chance in clinching that second spot now?
So if you think back to last year when we finished second, and we actually beat Adelaide City 1-0 to go straight through, I think that week off can actually affect you not so positively. It's almost better to just keep playing, but then I suppose you'd have to lose that first game. So yeah, it kind of works both ways. It would be best just to win, keep winning. But yeah, obviously the tougher games, it's a bit hard on the body and takes a little bit longer to recover, and yeah, it just gets a bit harder. But yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure we could just give it our best, and we'll see what happens. I have belief in our squad.
Yeah. Now, let's talk a bit about your football journey now. Where did it all start, and why did you choose it?
I think I was in year 6. I was actually a pretty late starter compared to other girls. I was probably about 12 or 13, and I just started playing for a club because I had 2 brothers. And that was Para Hills East, and then I trialled for the state team and did Sapsaza teams and all of that, and yeah, seemed to get in and just loved it. Just found a passion. And then from there I moved to Para Hills Knights, which I was there for about 7 years before moving to West, where I've been for the past 5. So yeah, it's pretty crazy to think I've been playing for 10 years, but a lot of girls have been playing for a lot longer, like since they could, walk and through the boys teams and stuff. But yeah, I used to play netball and tennis, so I wasn't even thinking about soccer back then. So it's pretty crazy.
Now, 2-part question I'm going to ask you. The first one, what will be one of your highlights throughout your time at West Adelaide?
Oh, I love just being part of the club. I had my first year was with Kevin and Chris as coaches in 2016 and 17. 2017 was a great year for me. And then since Adrian's come on, I think my game has just stepped up a little bit more, and really learning how simple football really is, and how all we really need to do is pass and move, and just the runs and stuff that you make and how much difference it can be. I think we can complicate the game quite often, but yeah, learning, like Adrian has a wealth of knowledge, so it's great to have him on board.
Now, the second part of that question is, now you mentioned that before you went to West Adelaide, you were at Para Hills Knights in particular. Number one, do you ever go back and see how their women's program's going? And are you hoping that they can hopefully get into Premier League?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think they had 1 year in the Premier League the year after I left, and then they got down to the State League. I'm actually not sure, to be honest. I would actually like to see how they're going. I think, yeah, they must be in Div 1 still. I know we sometimes play against teams in the cup rounds, but we've never come across Para Hills. I think maybe once a couple of years ago, but yeah, haven't heard a lot about them. So yeah, no, that's a good point.
That's all right. Now, you've, of course, we haven't asked this question. What position do you play on the field for anyone that missed out on the interview 3 years ago? And if you had a preferred position where you'd like to convince Adrian to put you, where would that be?
So currently I play, I'm a forward, so I play on the left. Yeah, I love it up there. I try to be as attacking as I can, and I've been playing with Georgia Macri for quite a while, who's on the right other side, and she's one of the fastest humans I've ever seen run. So it's great to have her, and also linking up with Christy in the middle there. Where I'd like to play, I would like to play number 10. I think just assisting, trying to make stuff happen I really enjoy that, sort of setting other people up. So I don't know, there's a lot of midfielders though, so I doubt Adrian he won't be listening. I think you're fine there on the left.
Now, what does the sport of the world game mean to you, Nicole, and especially playing for West Adelaide?
I just love being a part of a team, like, you know, a family. You know, you think how much of a commitment it is, girls in their 20s, 3 nights a week, meeting up and, you know, spending all that time trying to improve and get to know each other. Yeah, I just think the whole culture of the club and stuff, it's just nice to be a part of. And yeah, it's just all I've known for the past 10 years, like I said. So it's just a part of my life.
Now, I have to ask you, what was the best game that you were involved in at West Adelaide that stands out to you the most?
2017, was it a semi or prelim? Might have been the prelim against Metro. I don't know if anyone else has spoken about this, but there's a few girls, we still talk about it now 3 years later. We won. I think it was 3-0 when we went to extra time, and we won 4-3.
Yes.
And I scored 2 goals. Ali Lattis scored. I think Christina Papagiorgio scored a header as well. And it was end to end, and it was people on the sidelines, you could hear them talking about it afterwards, just the standard that like both teams rocked up, and it was just game on. And it's always such a big game against them anyway. Circumstances being in the finals. So yeah, I still think about that game all the time, and I wish it was filmed because they didn't used to do that back then. I'd love to watch it.
That's right. That was the prelim final to advance to the grand final. What would be your advice to our listeners out there that should get involved in the world game, and especially down there at West Adelaide?
Just to the younger girls, come out and come out and watch some of the games. Yeah, it's never too late. Even if you're playing a different sport, just give it a go. If you've ever thought, oh, I'd really like to play soccer, just why not? It's a lot of fun.
Now, the Women's World Cup is in 2023 here in Australia and New Zealand. When you heard that announcement, what did that mean to you?
Oh, that was amazing to wake up to that news. I've got a few friends that are involved in the Matildas system, and yeah, to think that they could be involved, or anyone really could be involved. It's still 3 years away. So yeah, it's so exciting for the country and for the women's game, and yeah, it's going to be amazing. I'm really happy about it.
Now, of course, are you going to attend any of those games in Adelaide when it's?
Yeah, for sure. If I can, yeah, I wouldn't miss it.
Is there any team that you love to watch other than the Matildas?
I'm a big Man City fan, so yeah, I've been to England, I think 5 years ago now, and I watched a few of their games. I spent 5 weeks in the UK, so sort of travelled around, watched Liverpool play, Aston Villa play, Chelsea play. So that was awesome. Yeah, I'm really into it. I'll get up quite often and watch the games, even if they're 4:30, 3:30 in the morning. But yeah, I love it.
Now let's finish up with a couple of light-hearted questions about your teammates. Firstly, any embarrassing moments on the field so far this season by anyone?
I'm going to shoot myself in the foot a little bit here, but I missed the worst miss of my life on Friday night. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I was in the 6-yard box, and Adrian said to me straight after the game, said that's a fine. And I said, yeah, fair enough. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, I saw that one. I was hoping you weren't going to mention that.
Oh, it's not a lot has happened apart from that. So I was like, damn, what am I going to say? Christy Hillier played her first game in midfield all year as well on Friday. She got best on ground, so shout out to her. But she nearly made it through the whole game, except she got to the 89th minute and cramped up, so she had to hobble off. So I thought that was pretty funny as well.
Oh, I might have missed that one, so I might have to go back to the replay and have a look at that one.
Yeah, the camera sort of didn't get it, so I was a bit disappointed. They got my miss, but not that one.
Oh, yes, I did see it, yeah. Now, who's the comedian in the team?
Oh, man. Our team is full of clowns, to be honest with you. Izzy, she's one of our keepers. She's always doing TikTok dances and making us laugh. And just some comments girls make. It's just, yeah, it's fun. It's good to be a part of.
Well, considering you gave me the brilliant segue to my next one, which is relation to TikTok. Well, obviously, you just mentioned who does that the most. Who's the best singer and dancer in the team?
I've got to say, Christy Hillier can sing pretty well. Yeah, in the change rooms. Not afraid to belt one out, so that's pretty funny. Yeah, Izzy's a good dancer. And Sienna as well does walks on her hands and all sorts of things after training. So it's an interesting place.
Gonna have to come out to a game once we get our lockdown here in Melbourne and go out there and have a look myself on that one.
Yeah.
Now, do you have a pre-game superstition or ritual?
Nothing crazy. My boots have to be clean, even before. So because we play on the artificial, they don't get that dirty. But still I have to give them a spruce up, and my legs have to be moisturized as well. That's like the two things. That's it. Yeah, can't have dry legs.
I'm assuming there's some pre-game songs to hype the team up before a game. If so, who runs that playlist and what's the worst song on it?
Oh, our captain Elena, she is in charge of the music, but it's an open Spotify playlist, so anyone can really add anything. So I'm not really sure. There hasn't been too many bad ones on there, but yeah, I don't know, because we don't know who adds them either, so yeah, it can be tricky.
Now, finish off with this last two, which is now during the month or so of lockdown that you've had over in Adelaide, did you do anything new? And was there a hidden talent that you didn't think you had?
No, our whole team was just running. Like I think we've never ran that much ever. So we split the squad into two groups. So one was run by Elena, one was run by myself, and we were checking in how many Ks. So people would run and send us how many Ks they'd done that day, and we would keep track of it. We probably did that for about 6 weeks, and there was hundreds of Ks being clocked up, so it was pretty cool.
Now, brilliant segue in regards to that. Now, considering you both, we're in two different teams or groups, who won that competition?
I don't think we actually properly added it up, and we never they were winning though, so I'm pretty sure it was them, as much as it hurts to say. But yeah, they had girls, and Anna and Abby were getting up in the middle of the nights and trying to beat each other, and they had their own little competition going, and all sorts of crazy stuff. But yeah, we get pretty competitive, so yeah, anything we love it. We love it.
Wow, in the middle of the night. That's pretty good.
Yeah, not me.
Now we'll finish off with this one last one. Do you have a player sponsor that you like to promote?
I do. I have a few. First, I have Tom Blackett. He has a cabinet making business, which is awesome. I've been really thankful to get him on board this year. So if anyone needs anything done in their kitchen or laundry, be sure to check that out. The sponsorship information is all on the Instagram. So yeah. And also Veolia, shout out to them, and Distinctive Homes.
Absolutely. Well, Nicole, thank you so much for giving up your time to join us. We love having you on the show. We'll definitely, hopefully, get you back on the show a little bit later on in the year. Hopefully, either in the lead up to the finals, or even hopefully sometime, or when your season comes to an end, hopefully a premiership along the way. But thanks so much, Joyce, and please send our best wishes to your teammates for us, and hopefully you can get it done against NTC and keep holding on to that second spot. Yeah,
no problem. Thanks for having me, Will. Enjoy lockdown.
Thank you. That's Nicole Tilley there from the West Adelaide team. Make sure, of course, all the games are, of course, streamed as well, of course, on Friday nights. And, of course, this week's games against NTC at the Borough at the Parks, of course, this Friday. There's more on the Smash Sports Show right after this. Don't go away. Here on Lockdown Monday.